Sorry to keep you waiting.
So, Dan, before we get into the season as a whole, just some final thoughts from you on this game and as a series as a whole.
Really proud of our 20-year-olds, first of all. You know, Griff, Ralphie, Kody. I know Kody wasn't in tonight, but they've left a tremendous legacy here of leadership, of competitiveness, standard of performance and preparation. They're just outstanding human beings. They've been very important to the organization, so we're grateful for what they've done and excited to see what the future holds for them. The whole team competed, battled its hearts out through injury, adversity, absences, suspensions. They never stopped trying, and we didn't have all of our available players in the game tonight. We're not going to use that as an excuse by any means, but the compete level was really high considering the amount of minutes some of these young players had to handle. And also hats off to Vancouver, of course. Very well prepared, very well coached, very well built by management, and their players are extremely competitive and talented as well. So they were a tremendous adversary. They earned every bit of it in this series, and looking forward to watching them and wishing them well in the next round.
Graduating 20-year-olds, not just 20, they're also very mature players. What kind of legacy do they leave behind for the younger guys who are coming back next year?
That's the right word for it, is legacy. They're mature players, as you mentioned. They're mature people, and the younger players coming up, we're very, very fortunate to have those players as role models, and the guys that are in the leadership group. They've set a tremendous standard. Our young guys know what to do now coming up. They know how to prepare, they know how to play, they know how to lead, and we talked about this in the room. Whatever this organization accomplishes in the future, even though those 320s aren't going to be here for that, they will be part of the reason that our younger players eventually accomplish those things.
Now, looking at just Griff, his season, his career with the Victoria Royals, he was only with his organization, and he's going up against his former teammate Jared Demetre. Those guys are good buddies. You see that embrace at the end of the game. Does that kind of summarize what this WHL is for those guys? That friendship, but it's also a love of the game.
Yeah, it's a few things. It's the organization for sure that just brings in such quality people who bond in that way. The second part of it is the league. The Western Hockey League does the same thing. Quality players, quality people. And the third thing is the game of hockey. It's just such a great metaphor for life and the experiences that you go through, and it creates this really uncommon bond among these young men, and they'll share that for the rest of their lives.
Speaking of Griff, has there been any interest with any universities, specifically Canada West, with recruitment?
Well, I'm sure every university will be after him if he doesn't get a pro contract, but I'll bet you pretty much anything you want to bet that he's going to get a pro contract this summer. So the universities, I think, will of course call him, but if he doesn't get a pro contract this summer, I would be shocked.
And we've talked a little bit about Griff. Let's talk about what Ralph's meant. He's been really one of the mainstay 20-year-olds on this team. Obviously, Kody coming in later, Dante getting shipped out, but Ralph's leadership on the back end. What would you, if you had to summarize it, what would you summarize it as?
Two words, I would say: steady and warrior. And he's been here right from he got drafted at 14, draft camp that summer. Came in as an affiliate at 15, a regular player at 16, 5 years as a regular player, a captain, part of the leadership group, power play, penalty kill. There's not one single thing he hasn't done for this organization except for maybe play goal. And he's going to have a great career too, whatever he decides to do, pro or CIS and then pro. He's going to carry a great legacy forward. But this is a great example, Ralphie, is of a Victoria Royals type of player, the definition of a Royal who gets drafted into the organization and moves through that full cycle of a career and contributes and leaves a legacy and then moves on. So very proud of him.
And staying on those 20s now, Kody McDonald, obviously not with the club the entire year, but still a tremendous impact. He played that leadership role in the back half of this season. What do you see in the future for him, and just talk a little bit about Kody as a player?
Yeah, he'll be able to do whatever he wants to do, I think, as well, whether it be pro or CIS, and there's the opportunity to do both now, of course. I'm sorry, I said CIS, I meant U Sports. You can do both now, and he'll have lots of options on both fronts, I'm sure. But you're right, another person, he's just a great guy, tremendous leader, competitive, as you know, plays in all situations, 200-foot player, offense, defense. Can't say enough about that guy. It's a real testament to Cam and his staff and the types of people and players they bring in.
Now, looking at where this club was to start the season, and where you guys finished your second round exit to Vancouver, how would you describe the season if you could in one word in a sentence?
Yeah, pride, very proud and very rewarding. I mean, it's really tough to do to get to the final 8 every year. We did it last year and this year. Everett did it last year and this year. Those are the only 2 teams in the Western Hockey League that did it these 2 years in a row. Everyone else either missed or lost in the first round. So that is a good accomplishment. We want to do more. We want to advance further and further into the playoffs. We're obviously working towards that every year. But I think our team this year, when right from training camp, nobody really gave our group much of a chance. They said, we don't care, we believe in ourselves, we're going to win. They made the playoffs and then they advanced, and it's fortunate that it has ended now. But what they've accomplished, I think they can be very proud of.
And I know it's early, but what does the next few weeks for this club look like, and when does game planning for next year start? Is that way in the future, or when does that start for you guys as coaches?
9 a.m. tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay, I think we're good.
Good? Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks,
yeah. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Obviously an emotional night for you, not the end of the series, the season you guys were looking for. Before we get into the season and your career as a whole, just your thoughts on this game and this series.
Yeah, obviously it wasn't the outcome we wanted, but extremely proud of this group. I think everyone counted us out, except for the guys in that dressing room and the organization. So that's been it's been pretty tremendous, especially in your last year when guys are fighting and battling that hard for you, and then you come out here and fans are still hanging around cheering, give you a standing ovation after. It's unbelievable. I'm so thankful to be a part of this organization.
Now, obviously, it is fresh. Your career today was your last game. What were the emotions like running through the third period? Just how did that finish up for you?
Obviously there's some emotions. I think it really hit the last 3 minutes kind of when that game's out of hand and you're not going to come back. But going into the third period, we're going into it to win it. And obviously there's some people, everyone in that dressing room, but we especially wanted to try and get that one for Kody. So come back, and it's pretty unfortunate for him how his career ended, but it's been a pleasure to have him, Griff, and every guy in that dressing room.
Ralph, you were drafted by your organization. I've been here. You played 5 years. Gone through, as Dan Price said, went through the whole cycle at the NHL career. What kind of legacy do you feel you've left as a leader, as a 20-year-old leading the team?
That's a good question. Like I said, it's been pretty unbelievable to be here for my entire career, drafted. It's been a pleasure. It's sad that it's coming to an end, but at the end of the day, I think it's a legacy that every guy wants to leave, and that's just leave it all out on the ice. And I hope that's what I'll be remembered for, but I'm looking forward, and I hope I taught some of the young guys a few things, and I hope there's a championship that comes to this organization very soon.
Now, you mentioned Kody and Griff. Just talk a little bit about the 20-year-olds. Obviously, Kody coming in halfway through this year, but you've been with Griff really as long as you've been in this organization. Talk about what it's like to finish your career out with Griff and just about the 20s as well.
Well, fortunately, I played Bantam with Kody, so I've known Kody longer than I've known Griff, actually. And I mean, to finish with those 2 guys has been unbelievable. Like you said, Griff, he came in as a 17-year-old, pretty much been here since day 1 with me. One of my best friends. It's going to be hard to leave, but and Kody, I mean, I've known him and I were really close. He came in and brought an asset, always a good laugh. It's going to be real tough to say goodbye to those guys, but I'm glad I was here with them.
Now, Griff made about 6 minutes into the first period 2 stellar saves at the time to keep the game scoreless. Diving across the crease, the crowd gives him a standing ovation. Does that summarize Griffen Outhouse in pretty much a series of plays?
I think so. Honestly, that guy has been our rock for 4 years now, and he's been unbelievable. He is one of the heart and souls of this organization and this team, and I think you're hitting it right on the head that was Griffen Outhouse at his finest.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ralph.
Griff, obviously not the result you guys were looking for, but before we get into your guys' season as a whole, just a little bit of thought on the game and the series as a whole.
Vancouver's a good team. Props to them. We were in there the whole time. That was the only blowout game. 2 of them went to overtime. One of them was a 2-goal game if you don't count the empty netter. So, we're out with our top 2 scorers. Ralph Jarratt didn't play all the games. Jake Booster was out for a couple games, so playing with call-ups, short lineup, and I'm just proud of the way the guys battled in front of me. It's like, it means a lot, and I've never been so proud of this group before.
Now, obviously an emotional night for you, for Ralph, for Kody. Just talk a little about the other 20-year-olds. And Ralph, obviously, he's been here as long as you've been here, and Kody coming in later in the season. Just about the bond you guys share.
Kody came in just before the deadline. He's a great addition to our team. He always came to the rink and worked hard, and he's such a great guy. Someone I've known since I was 16 when he was playing with the Prince George Cougars, and I was playing Major Midget with Caribou, and we had classes together and stuff. So, great guy, and Ralph, he's been in front of me since day one. Someone who's always had my back. He'll always be one of my best friends. Same as Kody.
Now, one thing I do want to ask is, you're playing against one of your longtime friends, Jared Dimitru. I saw you guys embrace in the handshake lineup. Care to share what was going on there, or just what it means to maybe finish against one of your best pals?
Yeah, he just said to me, just told me he loved me, and I said the same thing back. JD, I stayed at his house in Regina, just outside of Regina, I guess, this summer, and someone who I've been close to since I got here, and I have nothing but good things to say about him.
Griffen, talk about the legacy that you left. You're a high-level competitor. You're always on, it seems. What do you think you left for the younger guys coming up?
With whatever you're saying about legacy, if there is anything left behind, it's because the guys in front of me, the coaches, everybody that supported me, everybody who helped me every step of the way, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity that I was given, and I worked as hard as I could all the time. I competed as hard as I could, and especially for Brock Gould coming in, going to be the starter next year. I hope that I was a good mentor for him, and how to handle things and how to compete and work hard. And he's a great kid, he's a great goalie, and the future's going to be bright for goalies here in Victoria.
Now, I want to go back to a time in this game during the first period. You make 2, you're down and out, sprawling saves with about 6 gone in the first period. The crowd ends up giving you a standing ovation. Is that kind of describe what the crowd and the fans of Victoria have been like during your career?
Yeah, it's been awesome, and I can say that I think the fan base has got better every single year. Just more people are showing up. It's just so loud in there, I think. I don't even know if it's because of more people showing up or just people getting attached to us. And we just really appreciate the fan base and everybody who comes out and supports us every night. I think we definitely have the best fans in the league, and they're loud and we can hear them. And coming from a player who's going to be gone, I can say that it's fun when the fans are loud and it's all almost packed or packed building. So I encourage people to come out and cheer us on.
For you, is there any memory that when you first think of your career with the Royals that stands out as one of your favorite memories, or is there a handful you have to pick from?
I wouldn't say there's just one that describes it. My first game was pretty big for me going in, and I got a shutout that game. It was a fairly easy game, not many scoring chances against, but the guys just battling in front of me. It was pretty cool just to get a shutout on my first start.
Talking about Coleman Volrath's leadership, because he came in and his last year, second last year there. What did he mean for you as a great goaltender?
Coleman's such a great guy. Nothing but good things to say about him. His contact in my phone is Dad. He calls me son all the time, and we play around with it, but he kind of did play a role like that. He helped me out in so many ways, both on and off the ice. He worked so hard, was such a great leader, such a great person, and someone who I wanted to strive to be like. So, we're very different people. He's a little more calm, and I might have a little bit more, edge to my personality, or whatever you want to call it. But he's someone I just wanted to be like.
So was it a little bit bittersweet to take a couple of his records this season?
Pardon me?
Was it a little bit bittersweet to take a couple of his records from him?
Well, no, I wouldn't have gotten any of those records if it wasn't for him teaching me. So,
Nicely said.
I know it's early, but is there any idea for what you have for yourself for the future? If you're looking at maybe signing a pro deal, or just what the next year or two holds for Griffen Outhouse?
no. I want to play at the highest level of hockey possible. And, it's waiting right now to see what the options will be, and there will be lots of thought that goes into it, and